Go to the late night stories with Sò Lông. Stories no one has ever told. Story Motorbike Accident. This past Tet, I went back to my hometown, finally free from lockdowns, so it was a good time to relax and have fun. Next door lived a friend named Tùng. The two of us often hung out together. We grew up and went away for school and work, each to our own place, only seeing each other during Tet to chat and get completely drunk. Tung had never been afraid of anything since he was little. He was rebellious and bold, didn't fear heaven or earth. That day, the fifth night of Tet, the two of us went out with some friends to eat and drink hard, completely drunk by the time we headed home. The two of us staggered out onto the street arm in arm. We planned to call a taxi for safety, but Hùng brushed it off, saying, "I'll drive. What's there to be afraid of?" I was totally wasted, but still scared inside. Anything happens during Tet, and the next year that day becomes your death anniversary. But hearing Tung's dare, my blood boiled too. And when you're drunk, you hardly know up from down. So the two of us stumbled onto Tung's old wave motorbike and headed home, wobbling all over. Even the restaurant staff had to come out and help us, looking a bit embarrassed. We tottered along, Hùng driving me, both of us wearing helmets that kept clunking into each other. Tung drove, swaying this way and that, twisting the throttle fast along the dike road. I told him to slow down. The road was winding, but he said he'd driven it so many times he could do it with his eyes closed. Tung kept speeding up, sending chills down my spine. At a sharp bend, we crashed into the roadside, flying off the bike 1 or 2 meters. Luckily, Hung's big body cushioned the fall, and we ended up sprawled out on the dike slope. Still drunk, half-conscious, I had no idea where we were. Everything around was pitch black. Tung was lying there too, still mumbling incoherently. Somewhere, a father and daughter came running out, helped us sit up, and led us into a house right by the dike to rest. In the light, I could vaguely see that it was a small, rundown house with a tin roof, nothing much inside, just a few plastic chairs. The old man told his daughter to get 2 cups of ginger tea for us to drink. Then he asked if we were okay, scolding us for drinking so much in the dark like this. "You two drank like crazy. Young men should know their limits. It's Tet. So many people die in accidents, and it's the families who suffer." We just nodded and mumbled our thanks, bodies aching all over, but otherwise fine. Still a bit dizzy from the alcohol and the fall. The daughter brought out a cup of ginger tea for each of us. The tea was cold, but who cared? Being drunk and getting a cup of ginger tea was heaven. We drank it all down in one go. I leaned back and closed my eyes to steady myself. Then I heard Tung next to me, apparently still not sober from the fall, joking around again. I heard him teasing the daughter. I was annoyed with Tung. People let us in to sober up, and he was still messing around. I cracked an eye open to look and saw him flirting, tugging at the daughter. I tried to lean over and said, "Hey, what are you doing in someone's house?" But Tung kept pulling the girl onto his lap, holding her tight, and though she clearly resisted and pushed him away several times, she couldn't get free. I tried to get up to stop him, but it felt like something was holding me down. I couldn't move. My head was foggy, and I couldn't breathe well. Tung took it further, slipping his hand inside her shirt to grope her. The girl broke free and screamed, "Dad, help me!" Suddenly, the old man came running out of the house, holding a shovel, pointing at Tung. "Ah, you bastard! You've got guts! You'll see what happens now!" Then he swung the shovel at Tung. Tung tried to run, but didn't make it. The old man smashed him on the head with a thud. His skull cracked, blood and brains splattered everywhere. I only heard Tung scream, "Ah!" I tried to get up, but the girl shoved me back onto the chair and knocked me flat. Then she quickly climbed onto me and stabbed me several times in the chest with a knife. Blood sprayed all over. Then I suddenly woke up, feeling myself all over. My clothes were torn, still a bit bloody, but my helmet was intact. I looked around and saw I was sitting by the roadside, the motorbike still pinning my left leg. It hurt like hell. Tung was curled up in front of the bike, rubbing his head. He had just woken up too, still intact, just a bit scraped. His helmet was shredded, and he had a cut on his forehead with blood streaming down. Turns out we had crashed and were so drunk we slept by the dike until dawn. Shocked, we looked at each other, then gathered ourselves and pushed the bike home. Fortunately, It still ran enough to get to the clinic to get Tung's forehead stitched up. Later, we told each other about the experience and realized we had the same dream. It gave us chills, cold to the bone. But we were half drunk, half awake, so who knows what was real. Sometimes, when we pass that stretch of dike, there's a small shrine. People say a father and daughter died there in an accident long ago. There was never any house.